Hello. Hey, James. How's it going? Just sat down. I got up real quick to do something, forgot what it was, so I'm back. I've got to start a few programs here. I get this going. Let me get my radio on. It's weird when I'm at an angle. These glasses look like they're crooked. Let me get connected. And so I've already completed the contest. This is the first year I did it in the first day, including France, which is always a tough one for me. Many years I don't even worry about them because I keep trying and never get them. So let me make sure my logbook is running too. Cooley, hey, what's up, man? So I spent a couple hours rewiring my air conditioner to my sub panel, and then it didn't work. The fan would work. I could hear the capacitor and the switch outside click. So I thought, what did I do? Blow my capacitor, tested it, it's fine. And I thought maybe something in the connection to the new sub panel. For whatever reason, it was grounded. Wires were in 40 amp. So anyway, switched it back to the old panel, turned it on, it worked. So for some reason, it's not working in my new sub panel. So I decided I need to take a break. Got my AC working again, and I thought, hey, what the heck? Let's talk about 13 colonies and what it is. Let me know if you guys have done 13 colonies or not. I'm just pulling up the website, and we'll talk a little bit about it. First of all, audio is coming through okay. I think I can see everything. I'm not expecting a huge crowd middle of the day, but what the heck? Hey, maybe we'll get some of our European brothers and sister hams. It would be the evening for them. Be a good time for them. So let's go to the screen here. So 13 Colonies just happens to be my favorite event. It's a contest, but it's more of an event. Kind of like field day, in my opinion. Yeah, there's check boxes and things, and you submit, you get a certificate, but I'm not really competing against anybody else. I'm just competing against basically my gear, trying to make sure I can contact everybody. So 13 Colonies is basically this annual special event. It runs for 1 week, which is one of the things I like about it, because it gives you time to complete it. It's not just like a 24-hour thing or anything where you got to rush or you got to take the whole day off. So you got a whole week here to try to complete this. And completing it, when I say completing it, basically you're going to try to contact each one of these states. These are the original 13 colonies, right? And they are special event calls A through M, K2A through M. And then they've got 3 special calls, which are extra calls. The Great Britain one and I always forget the TM. Anyway, this is France. And there's one other one. Where's the other one? Right here. WM3PEN. So a clean sweep, I think, is just the states, which is 13. But then I don't know if they count the full clean sweep as these other 3, or those are just additional ones. So I think everyone pretty much calls clean sweep getting all 3 of these. But I've always considered, as long as I can get all the 13 colonies, it's all that mattered, right? During the revolutionary times, the 13 colonies was all that mattered. Anyway, so here's what's cool is you can use basically any mode. They even allow FT8, FT4, and they give you some suggestions down here. Here. So you do not need all 13 colonies to get a certificate. You do not need to get the 2 bonus stations for a clean sweep. So a clean sweep is the 13 colonies, and these are the 2 bonus stations. This is another station. I guess they don't count it as a bonus station. It's just these 2. So a clean sweep is just the 13 colonies, and these 2 are just bonus stations. So get as many as you can. You can submit and get a certificate, and they'll send you back a certificate. And I think what they'll do, the certificate, I believe, looks like this. Every year they put this up, and this is the certificate, this tree, and you'll see check boxes or stars on the contacts you made. And I think if you get clean sweep, it'll say clean sweep somewhere in there. So there's suggestions down here is to check DX Summit. Of course, using spotting and all that doesn't affect any kind of scoring. It has nothing to do with that. So they encourage it so you know who's doing where. Yes, thanks, James. You're right. 13 is the clean sweep, and those are just bonuses. So when you're done, this is the log sheet. You can print it out, fill it out manually as you go, which is what I've done in the past. Date, UTC time, the frequency, your signal, and the mode. And then here's all the colonies and the other station, the bonus stations. And then on here, there's some endorsements. Did you do all QRP? Are you a vet? Are you with American Legion, the NRA, VFW, CW? Was it all CW, or was it all digital? Was it all mobile, or was it all satellite? And I think they'll add those to the certificate if it's a clean sweep digital, clean sweep CW, etc. And then you'll mail this to Tony here with $5 cash check or money order to help them offset. They'll send it back to you. What you do need to do is when you mail it, you'll mail the certificate, a check or money order, and they also ask for a self-addressed, not envelope. They ask for just a self-addressed sticker or something that they can just stick your address on and ship it back. So it's pretty cool and easy to do. If you go to the automated form generator, this is what I use. I submitted mine this morning. You put your information in up here. Then you check here if it was all mobile, all digital, or all satellite. You check your boxes here. And then you can manually put these in. But what I did was I exported an ADIF from the program I used, which I'll show you in a second. And then you generate. And as long as you put everything in up here and uploaded a legitimate ADIF file, it'll generate it for you. Then you just print it out. And then you mail that in. And all the instructions are on that printout. Yeah, man, how you doing? Roger, how you doing? Welcome, guys. So that's the gist of kind of what you're looking for, how to generate a form, and then you submit it and mail it. And again, all that information is on the form that you generate or on this form that you print out here at the bottom, who to send it to. And you make the check out to, where was that? Tony. You didn't put it here. It's Tony. You got it. The check has to be specific. So let's go up here. Let's get that right. Go to certificate right here. Here's where your check or money order, make it out to this person here. It has to be like this. Tony Jones - award manager. Yeah, make the check out to them. And then you mail it to this address here. Okay. And here's what you send. You send the return label. And they say it doesn't have to be one of those printed ones. I used a label and those stickers, and I just wrote on my address, and they can stick it on. I think if you wrote it on a piece of paper, even if it's not a sticky, something they can tape over and tape on, you'll be fine. So the label, the donation, and log sheet. That's it. And they get busy, so sometimes it takes a while. I submitted mine this morning. Hopefully I'm ahead of the group and can get it earlier. But one other thing that you can do. So this is this year's. I think this is what will be on the sheet, perhaps the certificate. Usually that's what it is. And so you can get a mouse pad, you can get a mug. I bought a mug one year, and if you buy the mug, they'll put this on the other side. It'll have your call sign, clean sweep. Nope. So there's a certificate. It is just that tree. It's not this up here, and that'll be the certificate. And you can purchase those here. That's pretty much it. So let's get into the actual how I did it and what I use, and then you all can throw your. I just realized my camera's not in. That's kind of weird. There we go. Then you all can throw in your how you did your contesting as well. So let me pull up. First of all, I use N3FJP. I paid for the whole suite years ago. Every state QSO party, I use that. And where'd it go? I got to bring it up here. And it also has this. And of course, it's not going to merge for me. Dang it. So let's bring that up here. So if you pull up the amateur contact log, AC log on the N3FJP website, it is paid for, but you do get a 45-day free trial. If you've got another logging program you like, use that. Here's what's cool. Oh, let me pull up sorry guys, I don't have the chat up. There we go. Yeah, Mike, hopefully you'll get some time to do it. I know you're always busy, but you're usually doing 13 colonies. So let me move this chat. Actually, let me go ahead and get rid of the chat here, guys. Let me get rid of that chat box. Okay. So 13 colonies. What this does on N3FJP is you'll put your settings in. Now, I'm not running cat control on this because I run everything through Ham Radio Deluxe. I think there's a way to use API, but I'm not worried about it. You go up and do your setup, and that's going to be, everything's going to the other screen, all your information. And then here's two things you need to do to get the spotting thing. And he's added 13 colonies to this. Also, there's also lookups. So first thing you do is, if you got QRZ, you click here and enter your QRZ.com login, and then it'll do lookups, and it'll pull up their QSL cards from QRZ.com. They've got some other ones, but that's what I use. And you're going to also come down here to DX spotting, and you're going to configure DX spotting. On the screen. And then what you're going to do is put your call sign, enable. You're going to check this box right here, enable DX spotting. It's probably unchecked. Basically, you just put your call sign and check that box. And I think pretty much everything works. Let me look at the bottom. Yeah. At the bottom, you're going to click done. Let me see if that'll show now. For some reason, it's not showing. So at the bottom of this window is a done box. You just click done, and you'll get the spots. I don't know why that's not showing. Done. And then what you'll see here at the bottom, once I get my face out of the way, is the spots. So they've got a spot thing all built in right here. It's also on the right. And if you click on the call sign, like most other software programs, let's look for one of the calls here, K2B here at the bottom. And of course, it's under the Stream Boss. K2B down here, if I click that, you'll see it populates the information, tells me the frequency, and on the other screen, it pulled up the lookup through my QRZ.com, pulls that up. So you'll see it puts everything in, and if I had cat control just using this N3FJP contact log, it would change, of course, my radio as well. I don't have it set up, so I'm going to go ahead and change to 14292. And let's look. I put a switch in. I can switch back and forth between my QTH radio and the FTX on the desk. 14292. And I don't have the. Come on. All right, let me tune it, even though I know it's tuned antenna. Sorry guys, let me check chat here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay, yeah, I'm not hearing him. We can scroll down. Let's try K2K. Here's K2J. Let's try, what one was it? 279. Okay, we got some activity here.
November, Italy, November 3.
You guys hearing that okay?
Juliet, question mark.
That's some noise reduction here.
Negative. Gidley, I got
All right, you guys copying that?
November 3, Bravo, Juliet,
Okay, let me get this out of the way. So what you can do is it's got all the information here now. I can just call CQ, and then once I get him, I can update that time. And
73, this is Kilo 2 Japan.
you basically hit enter, and it'll upload it, and it'll put it up here.
Delta
Did I
Hotel,
enter this for
Indian
some
Delta
reason?
Hotel goes to full call, please.
Oh no, this is the QSL I made with him in my log.
55 Delta,
It's probably just pulling it up to show me that I've already contacted him. Now let me show you the new added window for 13 colonies. You're going to go over here to view, and down here to 13 colonies, and it pops this window up, which is really cool. And what this window does is the blue is the ones I've already got in the log. So you can see I've got A, B, I got on 80 meters, C, D, E, I got on 30 meters, F, G, H, I, J, K, I got on 15, L, I got on 30 and 20, and then M, W, and 3, G, GB, and TM, I got on 20 as well. So the blue are in your log, and the green is the spots. So this is actually spotting, and you can click right here. If I click on K, see how it changes K here? It'll change it. If I click on B, it'll change it to B. So it's really nicely integrated. And again, if you've got it set up in N3FJP Amateur Contact Log to cat to rig control, then it'll change your rig. So he's got it really set up really nice. The N3FJP suite is not expensive, and you get all the contest software for every, and it's specific to every contest.
Alpha Echo 0, finish up the call.
Let's see. And another trick I use is, so I've got the Hustler 6 BTV vertical. Let me turn that down. So I've got the Hustler 6 BTV vertical. And let's pull this back up. Where'd it go? There we go. And so I can't always hit anyone. Like you heard, the first person I went to was it K2J or whatever, at 14.293 or whatever it was. I couldn't hear anybody. The other antenna. So what I do is I put up my inverted V at about 30 feet. It's an off-center fed dipole, 73 foot wire. So I would suggest putting up a different type of antenna. I've got some fuzz in my eye that I see. Okay, maybe I got it. I would suggest putting up another antenna, tactical delta loop, a simple vertical and infed real quick, just to give you a different propagation type of an antenna to try to get some of those guys. Because I'll be honest, sometimes these guys just do not come in. Some of them are really strong, and then some of them don't come in really well at all. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Just checking chat real quick. But that's pretty much it. So then I submitted it this morning, and submitted it. So let's take a look at FT8. So if you can't get them voice and you can't get them CW, you can add FT8 and FT4. Now I got 3 of mine. I thought this showed the mode. I guess not. Let's see. I forget the mode. I got 3 of mine CW. I think 2 voice, and then the rest are FT8 and FT4. So let's go ahead and pop that open. And I'll probably have to move it to that screen. Let's see if it's on the screen. Oh, it is on the right screen. Thank you. Very nice. All right. Let's bring that down. So now FT4, FT8, of course, if you do or don't like it, let me check my power. Let's go ahead and go to 20. And it looks like it's receiving, so everything looks good. So I've got Grid Tracker 2 and WSJTX here. Now, you don't have to set up anything different like Field Day for FT8, FT4. For Field Day, you would have to go to Settings, the Advanced tab, and you'd check this box, and then check ARL Field Day and put your exchange in. You don't have to do that. Because if you'll notice here, let's see if we get someone coming in. Here's into A. Again, I'm in the way, aren't I? Let me move myself. Let me recuse myself. Okay. And just to keep things good, let me flip horizontally so it looks like I'm looking at it. I just saw K2B. Where did they go? Let's see. So here's K2B, CQ. So it's normal. So the exchange in here is not going to be 5955, any of that stuff like the voice or CWB5NN. The exchange in here is literally just going to be your signal report, -02 plus 06, whatever it is. And so I manually put that in my amateur, in my N3FJP. So there's K3H, or not, we don't want 3, we want 2. Someone's sneaking in there. He must be another special event. Let's see if we can find one. So here's K2L here, +7. Let's find K2B, Roger. So it's a normal QSO, as it's a normal FT8 QSO. And so then the only difference is, let me go ahead and close that. Oh, cool, here. This shows you what I got. So these are the ones I got, and this was my submission. So you can see here's my signal report FT4, signal report FT8. Here's CW59, SSB59, and then I got the 3 others. Let me get rid of that. So what you'll have to do for FT8 is you'll have to come in here and choose FT8 right there, or FT4. And I'm not on 500 watts. Let's just say 60. And you'll have to put here in the sent, you're going to put the signal report that you send, and then in received, you're going to put the signal report that they sent you, which might be -02 or +11 or whatever it might be. Make sure your frequency is good. Make sure I mistakenly did SSB once here. I had to go back and edit it. So double check once you make the QSO, double check everything is correct. Check your frequency. A lot of mine were empty frequencies when I did FT8. It doesn't really matter. The band is all that matters. And then you're just going to hit enter, and it's going to log it for you. It'll put it up here, and then after so long it disappears. But when you make a new log, it shows your log again. So just remember, you got to, for FT8, FT4, you've got to put the sent and receive in here manually. Even if you got everything else automated, you got to put that in manually. If you have N3FJP's amateur log rig control connected, perhaps you don't have to do that, but I think that comes from WSJTX. So let's see if we can find, if anyone knows how to connect that, let me know. I didn't hear anything. Did some? Let me double check this, guys. Let me bring that back. Got the alert box. Okay. It's all there. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Okay. So if someone knows, let me know. But let's look at settings. I know it's not going to be in rig interface. Yeah, that's not it. So rig interface here, you just choose your radio, choose the COM port, and then you can test it. I don't really use that because I use Ham Radio Deluxe. Call book. I want to see if there's something. I'm sure there's a way to connect WSJTX. I can almost guarantee there's probably a way. Usually it's just putting in the 192. Usually it's just these settings here on reporting. It's putting these settings 127.0.0.1, 2237 in a UDP receive. If someone knows where that's at, let me know, because I do not have that set up. Defaults. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's this API interface. Okay, it is. Look at this right here. In fact, I think we did this for N3FJP. So here, it looks like, oh, that's dumb. It looks like you can check this box and let's see if it says receive here. Let me configure just to make sure. So when you click configure, see it's got that 12237 auto detect. It should be good. So let me done that. And then what we should see here, we should see received right here, I think. Let me make sure I don't have to hit done. Let me hit done and then go back in. So that was settings, application API, and says listen for WSJTX right there. So it looks like it will connect. We'll have to, I'll have to play around with that. Try to QSO some more. Yeah, is it only Windows, James? Okay, it says no message yet, so 127.0.0.12237. I could change that to, I could change this to the delineated 2333, but this should work. Let's go ahead and done that. Okay. I think that's all I need to do. So it looks like you can connect it, but I wasn't using it for my 13 colonies this year. And you can spot last right here, so you can help other people. You can spot right there. That's pretty much it. Now, you know, feel free to use whatever program you use. I probably could use, let me find my, so I have Ham Radio Deluxe, and I know that you can do contesting, and I think I'd have to set it up in Ham Radio Deluxe. I don't think they have it, but I'm going to check just in case. There's Canada Day, which I believe was Tuesday. Okay, I don't see it. I might have missed it, but you can always create a contest in Ham Radio Deluxe, and then you put what's required, the exchange and all that, and then it'll put them in the boxes here. Then all you do is put you just manually put it in here, the call, receive, sent, and then add and next, and you can contest with Ham Radio Deluxe too. But sometimes setting that up is kind of difficult. So, oh yeah, Roger says it is Mac only. So, yeah, I know Scott. He's not on right now. KG5RJR or Hamstop. I know he uses. Oh shoot, I forgot. Let me look. It's in WhatsApp. He uses. Oh no, it was Signal. He sent it to me. He uses DX something. Why isn't Signal coming up? There it is. Let's check here. Scott uses, because he sent, we QSO'd, he saw me and we QSO'd. He sent me an EQSL. And I said, dude, how'd you get that to go so quick? And he said he uses, where'd it go? Okay, it's not there. Interesting. So I'm not sure where he set that. Maybe you guys know it. So I've heard of it before. It's a popular one for and I don't see him on the other text. Okay, so for some reason, oh, maybe it was an email. It's a Mac. I think it's a Mac only one. So maybe let me. I bet it was I bet it was an email because he emailed it to me and I asked him how he did that. I know there's EQSL. There's a few others. I would like to. I would like to find a good EQSL. Let's see. This was Roger. Roger. Here it is. I always still say Roger Scott. It's horrible. Okay, I said, how'd you do that digitally? Oh, MacLogger DX. So that's what he used in it. He auto sent. It auto sent the his QSL card, which was kind of cool. Or he clicked a button and it sent. But that was kind of cool anyway. So, but the N3FJP software is good. And if you go to, let me go to that. If you go to N3FJP, you can see they've got a lot. He's got, pretty much the software for most, nearly all contests. So if you purchase, you can get the whole package. Now, if I just did amateur contact log, I think it's $40 if that's all you wanted. But if you upgrade to a package, it's $60. It's $60 for the whole thing. That's the whole software package, and you get contact log. You get all these AAA error contests. You get the CQ contests. You get all these contests. You get all the state QSO party logging contests. You got to scroll through and download the individual. And then what you do is you download the one you want. If we're doing Virginia QSO and we're not in Virginia, I would download that. And then when you purchase the whole package for $60, he links a code for every software package that he offers that links to your email. So every time you install a new QSO party, you put that code in your email and it's registered and works. So $60 for all that is pretty cool. So basically it's $20 more than the contact log itself. Let me see, make sure. Yeah, just the amateur contact log is $40. If that's all you want, it's $40. And but I went in and paid the full amount, got all of them. That's what I used to log. But that's n3fjp.com. And that's 13 colonies in a nutshell, guys. That's how I got mine. Yeah, Nightcry, welcome, Razorback. I always forget. And so I have to go back to the email. I just type in search in my email N3FJP and it pulls it up and it lists all my codes. I should just print that out because I'm trying to do as many state QSO parties this year as possible. And the state QSO party is one code for all the state QSO party software. But like field day is a code, and then other CQ contests are probably one code, things like that. Yes, James, it is one time. I've only done that one time, and I was able to get I got the entire package. It's in an email. $60 one time is great. When I bought Hamido Deluxe, I bought it thinking it was one time, which it is, but you don't get any updates. And so to get updates, you got to pay $40 or $50 or something, $60. So I don't update it unless some major update is implemented. Like I updated it when he came out with the driver for the 101D. I did update and got the driver for that. And they do actively, maintain and update Hamido Deluxe. So I don't mind paying every few years for an update on something like that. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let me go back to, let's go back to this message. We'll see what's out there. So Got some people still doing POTA in 3. Let's check. Let's see if any activity on 10. We'll check the activity here. Iman, did you found a good EQSL site? Could you just type what it is in there and I'll pull it up? I know there's EQSL. There's another one I looked up that was like QSL World or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. So there's EQSL. There is, what was it? It was like EQSL World. EQSL. And I'm a member on EQSL. It's just kind of clunky. Maybe I think maybe once you get it done. But with EQSL, which is this one here, let me bring this one up. I thought, okay, I'll give it another try. So I gave it another try yesterday, and I uploaded my 6,500 and something QSO ADIF file, and it only accepted 2,000 of them. So it didn't even accept 4,000 of my QSLs or QSOs. So I kind of just like I gave that up. If it's not gonna accept a standard ADIF file and include all 6,500 of my QSOs, it's kind of pointless. Let me see if I can find the other one. EQSL sites. It was something like QSL World, but it's all EQSLs coming up. Maybe I just do QSL sites. QSL World. So this was another one, but I didn't really play with it. I didn't really mess with this one. It's integrated with QRZ, which is cool. I think I integrated it. It's got a design studio here. And let's see how much it is to join. So this is that a one-time or a monthly? Hey, Robert, how you doing? Digital Rancher. Yeah, Iman, let me know if it's EQSL.cc. That's the one I know. And then now I found this QSL World. I have a feeling these, well, it just says donation level, so maybe it's whatever you want to donate. One click. I wish it would just let me, kind of play around with it. Oh, I did do this. I did. Okay, I need to check and see if this works. Let me pull a new tab down. Let me log in. Let me see if that. Okay. I want to make sure it's not popping up an address or anything. Okay, it just shows city and state. It doesn't show street. Okay, so yeah, let me show you this. This is what I did. So it's this QSL World has a Chrome extension add-on. So I did do this last night. And for some reason, okay. So let's go to my logbook and let's double click the French 13 colonies that I QSO'd last. And here it is right here, send QSL on QSL World. So the Chrome add-on adds this button right here. Let's just see what that does. And has all the info. And then it looks like if I had my card in here, it would be all set. yeah, if this one works, I might. So you can choose a prefabricated one, I guess. Okay, so you can choose some that are already in their system, or you can use a custom image, which I could upload my QSL card there. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit more, but maybe this can be another stream, get people's information on what they use and how they use it. But I'll play around with this QSL world. This one looks like it could be useful because I do use QRZ.com, and I liked that it's implemented right here, and so I can just send. This is similar, I think, to the one that KG5RGR uses on the Mac. It's just a click, confirm, and send. But it does like you got to be some kind of member, perhaps, or maybe it's just a donation. So I'll look into this one. This one could be good. Anybody in chat use this one? QSL World. Yeah, digital. See, I'd love to get into more into QSL cards, but the stamp and the sending it's kind of a hassle. So I've kind of thought about going through a bunch and just finding the ones that I want, because as it stands now, I've just gotten the ones that people have sent me, and I've sent them one. I put that on my QRZ.com pages. If you send me one, I will send you one back. And I've got those in a notebook in the little 4x6 plastic sheets. Let me hold on. Let me show you. So for the ones I've got so far, I just got this, and that's my QSL card. And it's thick, but as you can see, I've got my 13 Colonies certificates in here. So that's for 2000. I don't know what that is. And then here's another 13 Colonies 2024. And then here's my QSL cards, just in like photo sheets. And I've got a few pages. There's a really cool one. This was a really cool one. That Jeep Willys, I like that one. So I like QSL cards, but I'm not actively sending them unless someone sends them to me first. There's Australia, another Jeep, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I got quite a few actually in this binder. What I really like, and they were mentioned, I think, on Kids Table, is at the Hamventions and stuff, is the sticker exchange or patch exchange. I really like that. That's kind of cool, but not everyone's going to get stickers. But maybe that'll be a new thing. Send the cards and drive. Okay, that's cool. Digital Rancher, which one do you use? Your logger. I'll look into this one though. This one might work for some of my QSL cards. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Satellite contacts. Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, if someone's really into it and wants to send me one, I'll be happy to send one back. They don't even, I'll send it. They don't even have to send self-addressed stamp, envelope, nothing. I'll pay for the envelope. I'll pay for the stamp. But there have been some I've come across that I thought were cool, and I should have written down the call sign to go back and get the QSL card. I know you can get it from these guys on 13 Colonies, but I think I remember them saying they only do like the first 1,000, and then you can get a QSL card from them. So if you want the QSL cards from the 13 Colonies, you got to make the QSO and then send it quick, and probably a self-addressed stamped envelope or something. It's the bird freaking out in the other room. Rumlog. Let's look up Rumlog. Is that Linux? Oh, Mac. Okay, so it's Mac. Rumlog. That's cool. Yeah, it looks like Mac's got the two better integrated ones, and I haven't even looked to see if there's a little bit of activity on 10 meters. Some call signs I recognize. This 8WWA I've seen a lot. The 2XC I've seen a lot. So anyway, there's some good activity going on. Let's close this down. And let me shut my radio down. And what I'd like to do is let me just check real quick. Okay, so I'm looking at Ham Radio Deluxe, and it says Ham Radio Deluxe logbook can generate QSL labels for printing, but it doesn't directly generate the full QSL card design. QSL, okay, so it'll print the label. So let me double click this. Let me see what comes up. So it looks like it'll print the little stickers, and then you stick it on your QSL card and mail it. There's so much to Ham Radio Deluxe, I haven't even scratched the surface. Options, QSL defaults. Okay, so you can set it up. So here, so maybe I should be looking on how to do it with my the current program I have. Let's see, font, call sign lookup. So that's another thing I need to play around with, I think, is yeah, I'll have to play around with that too. So it looks like there's some QSL options here, but it looks like perhaps it's just the sticker to put your address and the QSO information on. So I'll play around with that one too. Yeah, rumlog looks really nice. This is let's see if I can get a screenshot of it. Let me just pull this up. So there's rumlog interface. Looks pretty good. A45, what's up? But yeah, I'd like to get into where it's. I think the EQSL card is cool. Then if someone wants to print it, they can. Be nice. I don't know. I like the card. I like the postcards. I like the QSL cards. But I mean, like I said, I've got 6,000, 300 or 400 or 500 QSOs. I'm certainly not going to do every one of them. And there's people with 10,000, 20, 30,000 probably. So I don't know how you'd maintain it. So that's why I just put in my QRZ at the top is if you send a QSL card, I'll send one back for people who really do want to collect them. Not that mine's anything spectacular, but yeah, it's, Ham Radio Deluxe has its own WA9 Pi DX spotter cluster. So that's a good way to use it as well. Click on it over here and it changes frequency. But that's pretty much it, you guys. That's all I wanted to show. Close this stuff down. You guys, I completely forgot. This is something I used. So that might be a good thing. Let me go back here and let's do hamalert.org. Besides using the N3FJP, I did hamalert.org. And so what I did in Hamalert was I put all of the call signs in here that I needed for the 13 colonies. Now, and then I deleted. I would go in after I got a few of them. I would delete them. And so here was the very end. I had the GB colony one to get, K2B, K2F, and right here, TM13 call. Let's see if I got the rest of them. And then you save it, play it, and there is an app that you can get from OE3 IDE for Windows. I don't know if it's for other platforms, but if you Google Hamalert OE3 IDE, he does have an app that you can download, run, and it will pop things up right here when in spot for the spots that you've put in your ham alert. I forgot that was the other thing I did was ham alert. Very, very useful. Very useful. Hey, Michael. Retired. Yeah, exactly. If you're a retired radio dude on a mountain. Yeah, but I can't imagine. Maybe this is why some people use QSL Bureau, Card Bureau, whatever that's called, Bureau, QSL Bureau, and let someone else do it all. Can you imagine a contester that made 5,000 QSOs on a DXpedition? How do you maintain that? I'd love to be retired and living on a mountain estate. I don't need to be an island, but I'll take the mountain estate. But yeah, Digital Rancher sends them to the SAT contacts. I'm sure that's definitely one that probably most people want. Yeah, no worries, Michael. I just pretty much went through everything I wanted to go through just to show, kind of give people an idea of what 13 Colonies is and how I do it. This year I got all of them, including France. Now I will say this, and people can make fun of me if they want. So France is always the most difficult one, the TM13COL. That's always the most difficult one for me. I was calling him 40, I can't remember, I counted 40 something times in a row calling him. I pulled up PSK Reporter. He was seeing me. And the worst report he was seeing me at signal was -17, which is not horrible. You can make a QSO with -17. I've gone as low as -24. But he kept only calling back people with a -08, -09, -07, just a single. So I was like, all right, something's not right. This isn't cool. So I said, all right, I'm getting this thing. I'm not going to get all of them, but TM13COL France, and then spend the rest of the day this week trying to get him because I need to go to work. I need some overtime, and with 4th of July coming, I can get some overtime. So I used my amp. I cranked it up. I cranked it up to 500 watts on my Hustler, and immediately got him back, and he gave me a -08. So I did what it took. I didn't care. 500 watt FT8 contact, and I got clean sweep on all the bonus stations as well. So not ashamed. I got it, and I don't have to worry about it the rest of the week. Now, a lot of people will go in and do all digital, and they'll be like, "Oh, I need this one on CW and that one on voice," and they'll try to get all of them, all CW, all digital, all voice. I'm just not going to do that. I don't want to spend the time, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people trying to get through. I'm not going to try to clog up all 3 modes once I've gotten a clean sweep. So that way the other modes are available. I don't want to clog up the modes. Other people can do it, and that's something cool. I think it's cool to get all of them, but I'm just not going to do it. There's just too many people trying, and the pileups are too long for me to clog up all the modes and try to get them. But oh yeah, that's pretty cool. 45. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's something to shoot for. I just thought what I might start doing is find ones that are really cool and just send it to those. CW, interesting. Would you be able to get through, or are there satellites just for CW? Or would you be fighting with voice contacts? $1.5K is legal. But oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm hoping to do better, a little more CW and try to get better at it. I haven't gone into the Long Island class yet. I'd like to start doing that to try to get better, but That's kind of one of my goals, because I would like to be able to do CW. So that's a this year goal, off and on, not hardcore. Maybe next year, as I get a little comfortable with some of it, maybe 5 words a minute or most of the words and letters. Maybe I'll start actually contesting and trying it next year. Start with POTA CW. The guys on Kids Table were talking about it, doing POTA, calling CW, because people want the POTA, and they will reply at your speed, and they'll be a little more patient, maybe is kind of the suggestion. But anyway, guys, all right, man, that sounds like good practice. Call sign CQ73TU and 5NN59. I've kind of got down most of those, but not real quick, not fast. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's 4th of July tomorrow, so happy Independence Day and freedom for all. This is one of the nonprofits I support. It's the one from Operation Underground Railroad to help spread awareness and help actual pay for operations that rescue kids that are in that are being trafficked. It's the same group that did the story on Tim. I forgot his last name. Anyway, Sound of Freedom, where they rescued those kids, and they've done many more of their operations. So anyway, freedom for all. Got my flag up here. Got my flag down here. I'm ready for 4th of July. Probably going to pick up some overtime, make some money. But happy 4th of July, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the chat and the suggestions. And I'm going to look at some of these QSL generators. I'm going to look at Ham Radio Deluxe, and maybe another stream here soon, do a QSL stream and figure out how to do it and make it, easier, or figure out some method of just getting the QSL cards I want. But all right, cool. Yeah, maybe Robert and James and me and some more people start getting some more CW practice going, and start doing some CW streams. That could be fun too. So, all right, 73, everybody, have a good day, rest of your day, and happy Independence Day. Thanks for watching. And if I'm not working, we'll see you Sunday night. I probably will be home for Sunday night Rag Chew. If not, I'll catch you later on in the week. Thanks, everybody.